future. Games of the future. Games of the future.
Hello.
future.
All right, we are back after a brief intermission, but missed you guys, everybody. Me and Mlbb definitely holding down the fort as we're getting ready to jump into our first match of the day for Group A. That's right, we're going to be looking at RRQ Hoshi going up against Team Lil Gun. RRQ Hoshi, we didn't get to see them in the World Series, but we did get to see them compete in MPLI and also Indonesia's regular season for 12 for the MPL. So I can't wait to see how they kind of perform today. Team Lil Gun, on the other hand, we did get to see them inside of the M Series M5. They got knocked down pretty early, though. AP Bryn, the world champion currently, are the ones who took them down with a 0-2 sweep. So today they got a lot of merit to prove, and hopefully they'll have some great games. It is going to be a best of 3, like we said, that will be starting here momentarily. Appreciate everybody tuning in and your patience on the slight brief intermission. But Mlbb, we're back. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. RRQ Hoshi couldn't participate on the last Worlds tournaments, but they participate almost at all another different M tournaments. So I'm stoked. I can't wait to see the level they're gonna bring at the Mlbb Games today. And the Team Lil Gun, can they like defend the title?
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing. And you know, honestly, I'm so glad to just be able to be here. Casting in the NACT for North America, I like to kind of compare our meta to what's going on worldwide. And that's what we get to see, a blend of meta between all these different regions and seeing who actually, what's prioritized. I know over here for our region, just from watching our NACT, because we're currently going through our qualifier stage, we see a lot of Aurora being picked up, Nana, things of that nature. And I'm wondering if it's going to be like the similar story over here, especially on an international level, and see if we can find some similarities.
You know, I always saw the similar things. It's like, let's say they pick Aurora, they pick Nana, but when the games are going, everybody start to picking like Lunox and Farsa and like classic mages. Like, you know, can we see it today? Though I don't know. They reward Nana and Aurora pretty good, so I think it's one thing is lacking is like mobility, and that's it. Only mobility is kind of lacking.
Yep, they definitely have the damage though. That's a big statement right there. And honestly, being able to see a lot of the marksman picks, I like watching the international meta just because it's a lot more creative than what we typically see in NA. We're kind of more of a developing region, so to be able to see some things on the international level, take some notes, and hopefully bring it back to our home turf is the goal. But like we said, we're definitely going to be expecting that today, especially from RQ Hoshi, a team from Indonesia, one of the top regions inside of the Mlbb scene. So we've got Mongolia right behind them, though. Team Lil Gun looking promising. Like we said, they did make it all the way out to the World Series, so they definitely have some talent and some great experience. Let us know what you guys think about these two teams, though. Definitely drop your favorite teams in the comment of today's stream as well, as we are getting ready to jump into our first match. So it is going to be, like we said, a best of 3. And there's going to be 3 teams moving forward out of the group stage today, right? So we're going to be covering the first 2 matches, me and Mlbb, and then we're going to be transitioning over to some other familiar faces, some other casters around the scene who will be casting the remaining 2 teams. Now, it's also pretty cool, not just to see a blended meta, but also to see a blend of casters. I mean, it's not too often where an NA caster gets to cast with a caster from and pro player and coach from Ukraine.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, the casters meta is different as well, it seems like. And so I was thinking about Lil Gun, and they brought up the meta of like tanky heroes with STS and with carry, and it worked pretty good. So I guess this is the other type of meta we have in here, like tanky meta. Level 4, so you kind of start ramping up from that and snowballing, and I don't know, we might see this kind of meta as well.
Yeah, speaking of meta, we will slowly be jumping into the game, and you kind of mentioned the carry. That's one of those few marksmen that we see often time getting picked up, at least in the NA side of things. We are now jumping into the draft. First match of the day, best of 3, group stage A. RQ Hoshi holding it down for Indonesia, and Team Lil Gun from Mongolia. Already seeing some of the bans on the table, at least for my side with RQ Hoshi. We're looking at the Guinevere stacked up with the R-Lot.
That's pretty standard, I would say. The Joy and the Arlot are pretty standard, but the Guinevere is like latest addition to the meta, and everybody picks it for jungle, for roam. You can even see some other variations, but this is most common. Nolan actually being banned, despite getting nerfed a lot, still playable, still dangerous, and so he gets banned. And Matilda, pretty standard, I would say, as well.
Yeah, and I would say looking at this is very at the Aurora, maybe the Nana, who's been sneaking up in the scene as a current meta, could be a viable pickup. I've actually been seeing a lot of Exanas kind of walk as well. There is still some pretty good marksmen on the table that could be picked up. Like you mentioned, the carry a little bit earlier. It's definitely been a high value target. Some other things that at least we see for North America is like the Claude, trying to go for that late game damage. But like we said, still some secret weapons on the table. Interesting enough, we've been seeing a lot of Barats as well.
And the Lunox is quite viable now, because it's easier to combo, no need to like this insane double quadruple ultimate setups. You just straight up go in for one of them. And the Ruby being banned, which is unorthodox, I would say. The uncomfortable hero for like assassin type of heroes. When you going in, Ruby can just easy second skill ult, and they can pick you up. So maybe Team Lilgan is going to pick an assassin.
That would be interesting to see. We are going to see the first pick on the table, though. Not something I would have expected. Is going to be the Navaria, so definitely can be a secret weapon. It's going to have that Astra Echo, able to provide a lot of slow on the map as well, and some CC. They don't have the R lot that kind of synergizes really well with it with that Demon Gaze, though. So I'm wondering how this is going to kind of go. Are they going to that Aurora that we're looking for? There goes the